This is a simple golf tip to understand and transition between driver and irons out on the golf course. We've got to understand two aspects of this that really will help you feel more comfortable, more consistent, and access those lower scores I know you're capable of. So I'm going to start off by talking through the difference between the driver and the iron setup and low point. They're the two key aspects that are going to really help you understand how to improve the way you drive the golf ball, and then when you hit it and smash it down the fairway, how do you improve your iron strike? So I placed this little target down behind, and I would actually encourage you to go and buy one. Put a piece of paper, put something down, and really get something that's a good focus point. I like this one personally because it's got a nice target on it. Can I feel I start my bottom of the arc happening before the golf ball, and I get a little bit of an ascending blow on the up. Now, one thing I would say, let's not try and search to hit it on the up. Let's allow our swing to do that, but coming from how we set up to the golf ball. Let's not set up like this, exaggerate it, and before we know it, we get a little bit scoopy. So, this is exactly how I want you to do it. I want you to stand over the golf ball. I want you to put the ball lined up on your left big toe if you're a right-handed player, and your right big toe if you are a left-handed player. Turn your left toe out, move the right foot away, so we've got a nice solid base. Think about it, we're swinging this a little bit faster. We need to have our base that little bit stronger. What I want you to do here now, get the grip of the golf club. I want you to bump your hips slightly to the left. This gets your shoulders set. This gets you down where you've got your shoulders set on a nice aggressive angle. Really helping us to get an ascending arc rather than hips behind. Going to really increase the likelihood of this. So what I feel is up, tilt and push the hips a little bit further forward. This really helps me get like I'm loaded, I'm set behind the golf ball. That helps me hit it on the up. Now the missing factor I think for this is if you come down the line point of view, the ball's up in our stance, right? That means we're hitting it later in the arc. That means potentially when we're set up to it, our shoulders can point really to the left of target. I want you to make sure you pin that right shoulder back. So we're going right shoulder back, bump the hips, down. So really feeling as though my hips are set this way, not this way. This helps me load everything behind it as opposed to loading everything above it. So if I said to you, the two key points I want you to take away from this, we're going to call it like kind of bump and tilt, and understanding that our bottom of the arc wants to happen before the golf ball. Let's hit this one away, and you can join me down the fairway where we talk about how we set up to the iron swing. And it's a great way, and it's simple to go. So let's now move on to the next bit. How do we set up to an iron? And we're just going to talk about this in general, and I'm going to say one thing here. This is how I think most people should really look to hit their irons. I think most people don't do this to kind of the most exaggerated aspect. So you notice now our bottom of the arc is now gone ahead of the golf ball. This really helps us understand of how do we get that ball in first contact. If you think about it this way, if we kept our little target behind the golf ball, then we're really going to start working this club up too quickly. That's going to really expose this leading edge of the golf ball much quicker, leading to those thins and those fat shots. We all know they are not pleasurable, especially in winter when you get covered in crap. Not nice, not nice. So the first change is understanding that our bottom of the arc goes ahead of the golf ball. Now that is really over-exaggerated. We'll just put it there just to kind of really show you what we're looking for right now. Okay, let's talk through setup. So I'm going to just go briefly about ball position. I start off with my ball position, starting on my zip, and then working half a ball forward as I go up through the bag as a standard shot. So my 4-iron would be somewhere roughly around my logo, my pitching wedge would be around my zip, my 8, 7 and 6-iron would bridge that gap in the middle. And when I mean standing over, I base it from here. Where's this ball finishing? Where's this ball lining up? And that's a great way for you to create consistency. So if you're out on the range, really make sure with what club you're working a consistent ball position. The next thing is setup. We're going to want these shoulders a little bit more level, not on a tilt, so we don't really need to push these hips forward. We can keep them a little bit more neutral, and then we can get them to load behind still, but we will realise now that we don't mind this club coming more down onto the golf ball. And I think as soon as people realise that the club can actually travel down onto the golf ball, as opposed to with driver, we want something a little bit of the opposite. So I've got 6 iron in my hand here, par 5 here, Mottram Hole the 10th. It's a bit of a sneaky one. It's a bit of a layup for me, and then I've got to play an iron down to the corner. I adjust the golf ball, I take hold of my golf club, so I take it always where, and I do this with every single one of my iron shots for a standard shot, I leave probably an inch at the top of the grip. I think that's a really good place to start. A lot of people I see gripping it right up at the top, and it's just really causing you a lack of control, and we don't want that lack of control. So leave that inch at the top of the club, place that club down behind, and I go left hand first because it really helps me keep those shoulders more level. If my right hand was down there first, look how these shoulders become a little bit more on an incline. So I take that grip, club down, left shoulder down first, feet go together, and I go split them, and then I shuffle to get my 6 iron just to the right edge of my logo. So now I'm in the perfect position. My armpits are hanging down over my toes, my armpits are on my instep, and I'm really feeling as though my hands are hanging down in front of me. They're not close, they're not too far away, they're really nice, smoothly hanging away. So if I simplified that right now, level shoulders, good ball position, I'm realizing that I can hit down into this golf ball. I can really feel as though my sternum travels ahead of the ball and collects it and moves around it, rather than keeping my low point behind it. And once you understand that, we're able to transition from what we do on the tee to our irons so much quicker. I set this one away, really looking to take a divot and actually take out the little target ahead of the ball. And look, divot gone, target gone, and I can really assure you, hitting them balls working towards an external focus like that will help you strike your irons so much better. That understanding of the difference between, I'm trying to look really smooth then guys, and put the club back down, but I nearly dropped it. We'll do that again, take 2. So understanding the difference between our irons and our driver is a great way for you to improve your enjoyment, your scores, and access those scores I know you're capable of. Low point behind to low point in front, shoulders more on a tilt, shoulders more level, boom. Ball position, we are there. That is the differences between iron and driver. Don't forget, if you really did enjoy this video and you're new to the channel, join the channel by hitting that big red subscribe button. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back, and don't forget to hit the bell notification and give this video a thumbs up. See you tomorrow.